In this walkthrough, we will learn about the groups functionality in the team edition of Cloud Portam. So what essentially are groups? As discussed in other walkthroughs, groups are a way to logically categorize your cloud resources that you manage through Cloud Portam. So for example, you have storage accounts from many subscriptions that you are managing through Cloud Portal. Now, some of them are in from your development subscription, some of them are from your production subscription. Groups provide a mechanism to logically categorize them. So you could create groups like development, production, and then you can start putting the storage accounts into those groups. As far as group management functionality is concerned, there are a few things that you can do. You can add a group, which is basically creating a new group. You can rename a group. You can remove a group. For removing a group, a few things that you have to keep in mind. First is before removing a group must be completely empty. In other words, there should not be any cloud resources in that group. Also, when an account is created for you, a system defined group is created by the name default, and you cannot remove that group from your account. You can obviously rename it, but you cannot remove that group. And lastly, you can change group of a cloud resource. So for example, you added a storage account and that is in default group, and now you want it to move it to some another group, that you can do through the groups management functionality. So now let's head on to the Cloud Portal and see how you can do all of these things. So here I am sitting on the cloud resources dashboard, and to view the groups that are there in my account, I just have to click on the groups tab here, and as you can see that there is a default group which is created for me. There are 4 items there, and it is system generated. Now to add a new group, I can simply right click here and click on new group. Otherwise, I can also click here on the add resource button and click on new group functionality. So let's add a new group, and let me call that group as dev. So, and I add it, and now you can see that a new group has been created for me. There are no items in this particular group, and it is not system generated. Now the next thing that I can do is I can rename this group. So for example, I want to change the name of this group from dev to development. So to do that, I can either right click on it and rename, and I can just put the new name for the group and just hit rename, and the group will be renamed. That's second thing. The third thing that you can do is you can remove this group. So to remove a group, just select that group and click on the remove button, or you can right click on it and you can remove the group here. So this is how you can remove the group. Let's add one more group here, and let's call it production, and let's add this group. So now I have 3 groups in my account. I can go into the resources tab, and now what I want to do is I want to change the group of at least for, let's say, these 2 storage accounts. So I can, right now they belong into the default group. Now if I want to change the group, I can either right click here, change, and then I can select either development or production. What I can also do is I can click on the change group button up on top, and all my groups will be listed here. So let's change the group for these 2 storage accounts to production. And as you can see, now I've got 2 storage accounts which are in default group and 2 storage accounts that are in production group. If I go back onto my groups tab, I can see that there are 2 items in my production group and 2 items in my default group. So this is how you manage the groups in the team edition of Cloud.